Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Jackie. And let's get started. For DIY number 1, I'm going to begin with one of these Dollar Tree plaques that I found in the 50% off bin because it had a blemish. And I'm going to go in with this chalkboard paint from the Dollar Tree and some of this Waverly chalk paint in the color Ballet Slipper. And I'm going to do a light dry brushing on the top and the bottom of this plaque because I thought it would look cute. So I did both sides because this would be two-sided. So now I'm going to take these metal pieces from the Dollar Tree, the scaredy cat and the ghost, and I'm taking these wood letters from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to go ahead and paint them in the Ballet Slipper as well. And this is just as easy as taking my finished plaque and using some of this fix-all glue from Super Glue that you find at the Dollar Tree and placing a nice generous amount on these plaques. So first this little scaredy cat, place that on her, and some hot glue as well for the instant hold, and carefully placing it down. I'm using my craft clamps to keep her in place, flip the whole sign over, and doing the same thing for the little ghost. Nice generous amount of the fix-all and some hot glue. Placing it down. And now I'm going to take these wood letters and I'm just going to adhere them with some hot glue because I'm placing it wood to wood. And I'm just going to put on there boo, because that's what ghosts say. They say boo. So now I place that on there. Now I'll go ahead and take a little bow that I made from some ribbon from the Dollar Tree. And look how adorable. Oh, she's so cute. I'm also taking these little bat rings and snipping off the ring portions. And I'll just add them for embellishments. Now this one, I think the second one or the first one I dropped and I just left it there. Okay, this one was correct, but this second one I put the glue and I actually just dropped it. Oh, well, that's where it stays. I didn't want to accidentally peel the paint off, so I just went with it. Okay, so now I'm done with that side. I'll go ahead and flip it over. And now for this little girl, I'm just going to do the word meow. And believe it or not, I googled how to spell that. So this is the correct spelling. That's what the mean cats do, right? They go meow. With me, you never know what you're going to get. You never know. So now I'm going to take some of this black ribbon from the Dollar Tree. It's not a Dollar Tree brand, but it's purchased at the Dollar Tree. And it's a satin ribbon. And I just did a quick little bow and cut it at an angle on the ends. And I'm just going to make this little bow for her little neck, just like she has like a little collar, but it's just a bow. And I did light the ends too so they don't fray with my lighter, and just place it on there. I think she looks cute. And then I just added one of these spiders from a floral pick from the Dollar Tree and placed it where the hole was. And look at that. Yeah, that's why she's mad. She's mad because there's a spider on her. So now I'm taking these little hooks that I removed from another project. I think an ornament or something. I removed these little like hooks, and I'm just using my weeding tool to create a hole, poke a hole, and then using that to screw these little hooks in there. Now I'm just going to take some of this just chenille yarn, and I'm using this because I couldn't find my black jute twine, which I found it later, but this worked. This was okay. And I just used a little bit of hot glue on the end so I can thread it through the little loops. And then that worked pretty well. And then that was my hanger. And then all I had to do is tie a little knot. And then that's it. Here's the little ghost side. And here's the little cat side. And a closer look at the final reveal. This video is a part of the Fall-oween, Fall and Halloween DIYs collaboration. And I'm hosting today with my sweet friend Ellie from DIY From House to Home. And joining us are Vanessa from the Craftessa, Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY, Corey from Crafted by Corey, and Lori from Lori Bly DIY. And some of us will be doing fall DIYs, and some of us will be doing Halloween DIYs, or maybe a mixture of both. Either way, it's going to be fantastic. Tons of inspiration, tons of content. So when you're done watching my video, please head on over to my description box, click the link to the playlist, and enjoy it. And I'll also pin it in my comments for your convenience. For DIY number 2, I'm going to begin with one of these wooden boxes from the Dollar Tree. This one has the little ghost on it. And I'm going to go in with the craft paint, the chalkboard paint in the color black from Dollar Tree, and the Waverly chalk paint in the color Ballet Slipper. And I also did a second one, but painted the little ghost in the Waverly chalk paint in the color Lilac. So now I'm going to take those paints and I'm going to do some dry brushing. I'm going to do some of the pink on the Lilac ghost, and then I'll do some of the Lilac paint on the pink ghost. And it's just to give it a little bit of dimension, a little bit of shadowing. And I used one of the Dollar Tree pumpkins as inspiration for some of these DIYs. And this DIY you'll see later on. And here's how it looks, and you'll see it in this next DIY. For DIY number 3, I'm going to begin with one of these crates from the Dollar Tree. This is the one with the slats. And I'm going to do a full coat with this chalkboard paint from the Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to set this aside. And now I'm going to take an assortment of birdhouses from the Dollar Tree and some of these cottage doors that I had on hand from my gingerbread building times. And I'm trying to figure out which one would look cute in the front of these little houses, these birdhouses. I don't want them to look like birdhouses. This is going to become a haunted mansion. So here I decided to use these 3. Now I'm going to remove the perch posts. We're not going to need those at all. Now these doors don't fit perfectly, but that's okay. I'm going to take my utility knife and I'm going to remove some of the pieces that won't fit. So just pressing it down, giving it some pressure, and scoring a few times, and it'll just snip and snap right off. Now it fits perfectly. That second one fits great. This third one, have to do the same thing. Just hold it down and press a few times. Just keep scoring until it just breaks right off. Now here I'm removing the perch post off this little birdhouse, and look at that, fits great. Now I'm going to take my finger sander and sand off any bits and pieces off the bottoms where I cut them, where I cut these little doors. And now I'm ready to take some wood glue and adhere these doors onto the houses. And of course I'm going to use my super glue wood glue from the Dollar Tree. It works fantastic. And I'll just place each one and a little bit of hot glue as well. And if you don't have these kind of little doors, you can always take some cardboard and cut door pieces and place them on there. They'll still look great. And now I'm going to take some of the lightweight spackle from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to attempt to cover up any holes, this little peephole, and then the little cuts on the sides. Now on the stars, I have to fill them up with some hot glue first, and it took a couple times of adding the hot glue so it'll fill it. And then I was able to add my spackle to that area, and it held it well. Filled it in just right. A little bumpy because I didn't sand it, but that just adds to the spookiness of the buildings. A little spooky. And now I set them aside so they'll dry. And I also removed that hanger on the top of the tall birdhouse. I just snipped it off with my scissors and poked in the rest of that and just let it go inside. Okay, now I'm ready to paint, and I'm going to use the Waverly chalk paint in the color Ballet Slipper, the Apple Barrel acrylic paint, bright magenta, and the Dollar Tree pink paint. And I also used the black chalkboard paint from the Dollar Tree for outlining the roofs and the bottoms. Now I'm going to do some more distressing with the Ballet Slipper and the lilac chalk paints in this manner, just to give it another hint of spookiness. And now I'm going to go in with some of this tulip puffy paint in the black, and I'm going to do a few designs on the roofs just to make it look extra cute, but it'll be spooky too. So this is like the waffle, I guess the waffle pattern or so that you would normally see in gingerbread. I think I'm wanting to do gingerbread soon. Is this the hint? Okay, so I just continue to do my little patterns, and if the lines don't go straight, hey, this is gonna look spooky. So hey, it looks spooky to me. And this one I'll just do like little scallops, and then I'll just continue all this until I get them all done. And I also did some outlining with some of this tulip paint and some of my markers. And now I'm going to use my finger sander to kind of weather everything a little bit, because we want things to look a little old and distressed and worn out and, I don't know, neglected. And then after I did all this, I just felt like they were still a little bit too bright. So now I'm going to do a little bit of distressing with the black paint that I've been using just real lightly, nothing real strong, just super light, just to dirty it up some more. Because you know, haunted houses, they're totally distressed and worn and neglected. So yeah, like that. Now I'm going to take my little crate, and one of these little panels came off, but you know what, I went ahead and took off the second one because I'm going to put them back on, but in a crisscross pattern to make it look like there's something mysterious inside this crate, something that's not supposed to be open, that got boarded up in the cellar or in the basement. And I'm just going to use the hot glue to do the crisscross here. And then I also take some of the Waverly chalk paint in the color Elephant to do a dry brush because it looks a little too clean for black. So here I'm just going to do a little bit of dry brushing here just to give it that weathered, dirty look. And now I'm going to take some of these mini styrofoam bones from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to just dirty these up a little bit. They look a little too white. And then I'll take some hot glue and I'll adhere them onto this little crate, some on the inside, some on the outside, like somebody shoved a bunch of bones in there and they're trying to hide it. Yeah, this is a spooky haunted house. So now I'm going to start assembling my haunted house, and I'm going to take my larger birdhouse with some wood glue and some hot glue. I'm going to place it on top of my cellar or basement crate full of bones, and then here are the little ghost boxes, and the smaller birdhouses will go on top of these. Now unfortunately, because these will go on top, I won't be able to open the backs to these little ghost boxes, but I already accepted it because I wanted this look. So I'm just placing these on the side, and I don't show it, but I do end up gluing all these little houses together. I just did that off camera because I forgot. So here's the second little house, placing that, but I do add lights underneath the crate. Later on you'll see that. Now here's the little witch that is from the Dollar Tree. It's metal. It's the little spring part is way too big, so I'm going to snip it off with my EMT shears, and then I'm taking my needle nose pliers to make the spring part a little smaller. And then I'm going to place this in the hole where that rope was hanging for the birdhouse. So once I get this small enough, it took me a little while to get it small enough. Now I'm going to take some of my Fix All adhesive from the Dollar Tree, made by Super Glue, and I'm going to add a nice glob of it. And now I can place this little witch up top. This is like the weather vane, I guess, or just a witch flying around. Yeah. So now I'm going to take some more of these little bat rings, some of these floral branches, some of these ribbons, and here's how it looks, and a closer look at the final reveal. For DIY number 4, we're going to make a wood beaded garland because I had this assortment of pink and purple beads, wooden beads. So hey, why not? So I'm just going to add a few different shades of pink, few different shades of purple, and some of these spiderweb ones, and these little ghost ones that I got from Amazon, and I'll link everything in my description box for you guys. Now I'm taking some of this jute twine. It's in black and white from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use this to add all my beads. I add a little dab of glue on the end, that way it's easier to thread, and place all my beads on here. And now I'm going to use some of the just black jute twine from the Dollar Tree. I love these larger spools. They're just totally worth the $1.25. And I'm just going to wrap it around my hand a good 30 times. And I'm just going to place the black and white jute twine through the loop of this tassel. And I'm going to use 2 pieces of these ribbons from the Dollar Tree. This one is the spiderweb one, probably my favorite Halloween one. And then this one is just a gross grain pink ribbon from the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to kind of layer them together. But I'm going to make the pink one a little longer, that way you'll be able to see both on this garland. And of course I'm going to dovetail all the ends, and then I also do the same process of a tassel for the other side, just so you know. So here I'm going to go ahead and tie it loosely just so I can continue with creating my tassel. So I go ahead and hold it down, and I'm going to use some more of the black and white jute twine to wrap around and create the tassel on the top. And I do a good, I don't know, 10 times or so. I didn't count that one, but I just kind of wrap it as tight as I can because it's pretty thick. And then I go ahead and tie it in a little knot, and I snip off the excess. And then later I'll secure that knot with a little dab of glue and one of those little spider pieces from that spider ribbon that I showed you earlier. So that's how I do that little knot. Now that I completed that part, I'm going to take the excess piece of my jute twine and I'm threading it through the holes of these first 3 or so beads. That way the jute twine is completely concealed. You won't be able to find it. It won't be able to unravel or anything, come apart, and this will help it all be nice and tight. And then I go ahead and snip off the excess piece after I threaded it back up through. Now here I'm pushing all my beads back down, and I'm going to go ahead and snip off and open the tassel like this, all the jute twine, and then I just gather all the jute twine, kind of brush it with my hand and give it a little trim. That way it looks nice and finished. And then I do the same exact thing to the other side until it looks like this. And here is the spider ribbon that I mentioned earlier, and I go ahead and snip off 4 pieces, and I'll add 1 spider to each side of each tassel. Here's how it looks, and a closer look at the final reveal. For DIY number 5, I'm going to take one of these Happy Halloween tree collars from the Dollar Tree, and I'm not going to paint it or do anything to it. And I'm going to take one of these chargers from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to create a pedestal to display my haunted mansion and my beaded garland. And this is just super simple. I'm just going to take some more of this Fix All from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to go around the whole interior circumference of this tree collar, and then I'm going to place it down on the back of the charger, center as best I can, and that is it. Allow this to dry overnight, and it's beautiful. And here's how the pedestal looks, and here's the whole setup and a closer look at the final reveal. If you're on Instagram, I invite you to come follow me on there. I post on there Monday through Fridays daily, and this is my QR code. All you have to do is scan it with your camera, and it'll take you right to my profile. This is my TikTok QR code, and the same thing, I post on there daily, Monday through Fridays. And this is my Pinterest handle. All my DIYs are there. I do post on Home Talk twice a month, and here's my account for Threads, and here's my Budget Friendly Crafting World Facebook group, and I do have a brand new Crafting in Mimi's World Facebook page, so I invite you to follow me there. And now we're at the final reveal. Let me know what you think and which one's your favorite one. Well, I'll take a moment and thank Ellie from DIY From House to Home for hosting this fun collaboration with me, and also all who participated: Lori from Lori Bly DIY, Corey from Crafted by Corey, Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY, and Vanessa from the Craftessa. And I'm so excited to see what they all made, so please don't forget to head on over to my description box and my comments, find the link there, and enjoy the playlist. It's going to be full of content and some great inspiration for Halloween and for fall. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, and if you want to see more, definitely subscribe. And until my next video, stay healthy, safe, and strong, and have a great day. Bye bye.